Hi people, in this video I will show you how the new Nikon Df works and looks in real life. As you can see, this is a very fancy camera. It's all about the looks, nice retro styling, and it's all about the dials, as you can see. I can't remember the last time I've seen a digital camera with so many dials on the top plate. On the left side you can see exposure value compensation dial, ISO dial. On the right side there is shutter speed dial, on-off dial, and shooting mode dial. Also there's a dial, one at the front and one in the back, so it's all about the dials. Now the problem is Nikon had the idea to put a lock on each and every one of them. For example, you cannot rotate single one of them until you unlock it. Exposure compensation is unlocked using this button in the middle. ISO is unlocked using this button over here. Exposure dial rotates freely only until you use shutter speeds between bulb and 4,000th of a second. But as soon as you put it in 1/3 step or flash synchronization time, it is locked, so you still have to unlock it. Also, exposure mode dial needs to be pulled upwards so you can rotate it. I can already see female photographers will completely break their nails using this one. Now the weird thing is, for example, ISO dial doesn't have auto mode on the dial itself. You can only select ISO from low 1, that is equivalent of ISO 50, all the way to the high 4, this is equivalent of ISO 200,000. So you basically have to go into menu system and find the auto ISO in the menu. There is a small status LCD on the right side of the camera. You can lit it with nice white light. And the back of the camera looks like any other Nikon camera. On the left side, traditional menu, playback and so on buttons, and on the right side control dial and multi-way controller for selecting items in menu or changing AF points. Okay, let me show you. Okay, I also forgot there is a dial for shooting modes. Single, continuous slow, continuous high, maximum is 5.5 frames per second, quiet, timer and mirror up. This is the sound of single exposure and this is continuous high. There is also quiet mode, but in my opinion it's not that quiet at all. This is single. And this is quiet. Menu system on this camera is pretty much the same as on any other Nikon. If you used any single one of them, you will be very familiar with the DF very soon. On the bottom side of the camera you can see tripod mount and the battery and the memory card compartment. It is quite weird that Nikon used to put memory card together with the battery, because all of the higher end Nikons have a dedicated memory card compartment. It uses standard SD memory cards, but the battery is a little bit smaller than we're used to in for example Nikon D600 or D800. Also on this camera I have the special edition Nikon 50mm 1.8 G lens. This lens is in every aspect absolutely identical to standard 50mm G lens, except it has this fancy silver dial, nothing else. Okay, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you about this camera, and I invite you to visit my blog camerahodger.com, where you can find image samples and read the entire detailed review. Thanks for watching.